So let's talk for a moment about the value of our sobriety date. Yesterday happened to be my sobriety anniversary. May 2nd, 1988 was the day that I got sober. And so yesterday I celebrated 36 years of continuous sobriety. Now, one of the reasons that I'm very open about my recovery is there's a meme that I see on the internet from time to time that I'm quite a fan of that says something to the effect of, I recover out loud so that others don't have to suffer in silence. And so again, I'm very open about my recovery for the purpose of trying to combat stigma against addiction and to offer hope to those who are struggling with sobriety. And so every year when my sobriety date rolls around, it really puts me into a place of, deeper reflection, which is usually centered around gratitude. And it's almost like every year it grows in that gratitude. But one of the things that I've been thinking about lately, I don't know if it's change in, my participation in recovery circles has changed over the couple years with both the advent of Zoom through COVID, and I've changed regions. I've moved from Texas to Connecticut, and I'm around different recovery circles. Bottom line is, I don't hear sobriety dates mentioned as much as I, sort of grew up with sharing sobriety dates when, more frequently when we introduce ourselves in support group meetings, etc. And every once in a while, I've, brought up a topic in a discussion about, let's talk about the value of our sobriety date as a tool for keeping us sober. Because bottom line is, my sobriety date, May 2nd, 1988, it's really special to me. And over the years, that date itself, the numbers have become even more special. And the bottom line is, I don't want a new sobriety date. And overcoming an addiction is a difficult thing to do. And some of us need anything we can to hang on to keeping us sober. I've got a number of things that I identify as some of the top things that help keep me sober. I'll tell you that my sobriety date is one of them. I have a very special fondness for May 2nd, 1988, and I don't want to change that sobriety date. And so I thought that I would share that with you. If you are sober, I don't know, maybe you share the same sentiments. I've brought it up, like I said, a couple times recently in discussions, and I found that, a lot of people agree that, my sobriety date's important. They've said my passwords are my sobriety date, etc. And we don't want to change that. And so but if you haven't thought about, the how much you appreciate that date, this is a little encouragement to do so. That's a miracle. It's a gift, and embrace that miracle. The gift of sobriety represented from that first day that you began your sobriety journey. Now, on the other hand, if you are struggling with addiction right now, trying to get past addiction, this is a message of hope for you. You can make today your sobriety date. And sometimes I joke, if I can do it, if you knew how sick and twisted I have been and can be, if I can do it, you can do it. And today's as good a day as any. May 3rd, 2024. Got a nice ring to it, right? How about you make that your sobriety date, and then maybe add to it, take the message here today and say, that's on a good day and I want to keep that sobriety date. Because the last thing I'll say about that, when we understand addiction and, the characteristics of addiction, if I relapse, I understand that there's the possibility I don't make it back, as opposed to, I'm not going to just keep switching and trading sobriety dates. I'll go out for a little bit and I'll come back in. I'll go out for a little bit and come back in. Sometimes we don't realize or give enough credit to the fact that if I go out, there's a chance I'm not able to get back in. So if I am on this side of the door today, and in other words, have a sobriety date, I want to keep that sobriety date because I don't want to take the chance of going back out there and not being able to get back in. So, May 2nd, 1988, that's my sobriety date. What's your sobriety date? How about, again, and let's recover out loud to give hope to others who might be struggling. Put your sobriety date in the comment if you choose. No pressure there, but that would be lovely if you would. And let's celebrate sobriety and recovery for the gift that it is, and recover out loud so that others don't have to suffer in silence and can get some hope from that. If you got something from this little talk here today, I'd appreciate it if you give me a like or subscribe to my channel. I've got all sorts of material on here. I'd love for you to take a look through the channel. I'll see you next time. Thanks.